I said, girl, why you keep calling? I said, girl, why you keep calling? Yeah. She said, I need a new whip. Yeah, cause I know that you're still ballin'. She just wanna go back to the future, so I brought that color DeLorean. 21 minutes until I gotta go, so I told that girl I'm gonna slaughter it. Left her man in the crowd on the floor. Out of town, never saw her before. Told her, baby, we don't got that long. Listen, this not my city show, but I treat it like my city show. 20 more minutes until I'm on. 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 Yeah, I am not slow.
Hi, I'm Matt Versteeg, and I must say I am pleased to announce that we have Rachel back. And today we're going to be filling in for Crew 2. Take it away, Rachel.
Are you looking for a summer job? Come in and see the Summer Jobs Binder in the Guidance Department. New job opportunities are always coming in, so check the binder regularly. All library books are due today. Please return your books in the library drop-off or see Miss Reed if you have an overdue library book to return. Summer School. Limited summer school spots are still available. It's first come, first serve. Please ensure that you have submitted a signed summer school registration form to the guidance office if you are interested in taking a summer school course this July. Now for our feature.
At SAP has been quite amazing, you know, with the amount of friendships I've been able to get throughout these past years and the amount of events that have occurred here. It's been quite a blast. The community here is nice too. And yeah, SAP forever.
When you're pulling at the seams, when the lights go out, you still got me. Oh, 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 oh. Detours lead to barricades, and home is for your friends are fake. I'll be there to clear the way. Oh, 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 oh. And you know my love can hold you down. You know my love can hold you down.
First year at SAB, and it's a great school. I love all the teachers, I love all the clubs, all the teams. It's really a fun school.
Look what we've overcome. Oh, I'm gonna wave my flag. chase the feeling, saying, oh, we all together singing. Look how far we come now, 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 now. There's beauty in the unity we find. I'm ready. We still got a long way, but look how far we come now, 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 now. Hands up for your colors. Ready the people, a new day has just begun, and I wear my colors on my back. Yeah, we created equal, one race and that's human. Can't wait till they all see that.
Marquise Mathematics Award. Application for the Marquise Mathematics Awards for our graduation students are due next Monday, June 18th. Completed application forms may be brought to Mr. Duffy in room 238. Attention graduates, there's a lot of students who have not picked up their graduation tickets yet. You need to do this as soon as possible. They can be picked up on your lunch in the main office. Also, if you have extra grad tickets that you do not need, please return them to the office as well. The Lost and Found closet is getting very full with various items. If you feel like you are missing anything or lost something throughout the semester, come take a look and collect your items before we donate them at the end of the school year. There are still quite a few baby pictures from the yearbook in room 125 to be picked up. If you have not yet picked up your pictures, please do so by the end of the week. Now let's have a nice little feature about grad poetry.
Hey, Rome's. Thanks for joining me here in the Poetry Corner.
Well, I couldn't pass up the opportunity to make fun of Dario.
Actually, I don't think he made it into this thing.
Oh, well, I guess he would have had to have done something in his 4 years here to get mentioned.
Yikes. I guess that's how this is going to go, eh? Seriously, congrats to all you grade 12s who actually made it through the last 4 years and are going to be walking across that stage in a couple weeks. It's a big deal. Apologies to anyone who doesn't get a mention. I squeezed in as many names as I could, but it turns out not that much rhymes with Timchevska.
That's true, that's true. Okay, here we go. It's once again that time of year that teachers love and students fear. You missed your shot, now it's our turn. Roast the grads? We think burn. Why weren't you up here with jokes that were cracking? That would take effort, which seems to be lacking. You had your chance, but didn't take a swing. Now sit back and enjoy, or pray the bell rings.
Excuses, excuses. We've heard everyone. A hungry canine's why your homework's not done. But it's the 21st century. You have to evolve. D2L and email, these problems resolved. No more printers that jam or run out of ink. If you wanted out of that assignment, you actually had to think. Your defenses were lame and seemed a bit hollow. Send a tweet, post on Insta. You know that I'll follow.
Bowden, are you on Insta?
No.
But tardy assignments weren't your only crime. There's skipping and not showing up to class on time. If you're going to arrive 25 minutes late, the least you could have done was put the Starbucks away. You tried hoodies under vests, some classic Zab fashion, but not in the West Wing because Duffy sent you packing. And what's with the blankets? I don't care if you're freezing. Wearing shorts in January is probably the reason.
These excuses even found their way down to the gym. Contusions, concussions, things were looking quite grim. Doctor's notes about why you couldn't run or play. What did you think phys ed meant anyway? Keep in mind a fractured uvula is not a real thing. Best not to try to trick the lady that teaches kin. No shoes, no shorts, not even a tee. Coos grew tired of it, not to mention Swifty.
Hey, can I borrow a t-shirt for phys ed today?
What? Again? No more!
In English, you spliced commas, left participles dangling, ignored all the feedback with nothing but wrangling. You can't tell the difference between there, and there, which left Jones with a headache and Gallivan with less hair. When your work's been atrocious, in need of revision, but suddenly you're Shakespeare, excuse the suspicion. I Googled your essay, you stole it, it's clear. Come to think of it, I'm pretty sure Sokol handed this one in last year.
You and chemistry class just never quite bonded. Geddes asked questions, but you never responded. And Crawford was just preparing you for life. There's some failure. She didn't really mean it when she said you'd live in a trailer. The math hallway was a place where dreams come true, as long as you know the square root of 8002. Turns out functions just might not be your deal. Perhaps a life of social science holds greater appeal.
Roselle and Caranci showed you God is a mystery, while Capello and Green taught you lessons in history. Madame tried to help you master your accent, as well as how to make a perfect croissant. If balance sheets and ledgers had you saying, "What's this?" Dage was there, but stay in line or he'll give you the business. To Dempsey if you wanted to avoid becoming a felon. What better time than now for my shout out to Ellen?
That Ellen Chowns is a funny lady.
She sure is. Sure is.
There are some of you who just needed to work with your hands, whether making a table or architectural plans. Perhaps it was cars that were always your thing, or graphic arts and computer programming. When it came to healthcare, Bannister's king. He's got moves like vanilla, though he's missing the bling. But Riccardi was there to help keep Banny in check. Wait, the oldest guy in the building is the head of tech?
That guy can still rock, though.
No question. He's got to be old, though. He even taught me.
Is that a real thing?
Yep. Grade 12 communications. Worst mark I ever got. Sorry, Riccardi. Thanks for helping put this thing together. Or maybe the arts breed lifed into you, and you're eternally grateful to Mr. Vermew. And Weiss and Short Talbot always brought the drama. The little one happens to be Liam's mama. And Liam turning red in 3, 2... But enough with the staff. Most of them are plain boring. How about some students to keep this thing going? Barnes told me not to name names. I said I wouldn't do it, but he's leaving next year, so you know what? Screw it. The ladies of the class of 18 really are rare. They had brains and ambition and some really nice hair. There's Kaylee and Carly and Emma Van Trite, a nice group of girls, and they really are bright.
Is it Emma Van Trite or Van Trit?
I could never remember. I just alternated each time. I figured that way at least I was right 50% of the time.
No, that just makes you a jerk.
Well, that's true 100% of the time.
If artistic is the mood you find yourself in, ask Paula, Ali, or Vivian Yin, Julia, Torella, and several others, I'll bet. They brought so much talent here to Bissett. There's some who can dance and some who can sing, like Laura and Elena with voices that ring. At Kiwanis this year, the band topped all the rest with the help of Veronia and Olivia Benest. Bissett Pride is chock full of many great women, independent thinkers, passionate, driven. There's Zoe, Teresa, Kalina, Marissa. You've all left your mark, and we really will miss ya.
Some fast success on the fields and the courts. There's Olivia and Natasha, both really good sports. And then there's Maggie, the best of them all, as long as there's a racket, a net, or a ball. There were brains in the bunch, of that there's no doubt. Give Susan your homework, she'll figure it out. There's Gina and Sarah and Natalie too, and Ezra and Katie, and of course Catherine Vu. But what about the boys, the broskies, the guys? As the three of you who showed up today sit there rolling your eyes, no mention of us, say Bowds, what's the deal? Not a single Y chromosome? Is this guy for real?
There's Sam and there's Cussman, a great doubles pair, both excellent skiers with two great heads of hair. There's guys with brains too, Luca Conrad and Jim. There's Nick, who's good in calculus, but also in gym.
That's a tough double to pull off.
It's a pretty tight overlap on that Venn diagram.
This year's grad class had athletes in bunches, though it seemed that some of you had nothing but lunches. The inaugural season for SAB baseball had plenty of hits, with eye black, some shades, and plenty of spits.
The soccer team couldn't quite match last year's glory, and SAB ball, well, that's a whole other story. They rarely came to practice to Irvin's chagrin. Combined with volleyball, the teams only averaged 1 win. Boys hockey led the way, though. It wasn't always pretty. This year on the ice, they were champs of the city. SAB Puck had hairstyles that ebbed and flowed the whole season. But why no playoff beards, boys? What was the reason? Perhaps Reeds put the old Steinbrenner rule in place. Not a hair on the chin or the burns of the face. So the boys kept it classy with shirts and ties, looking nice, except Hogan, who for some reason thought this would suffice.
So who were these boys who put the team on their back? There was Brent and Groudon, Geddes and Mack. There was Prime Minister Bruce, who can hit and can shoot, and Spencer Orsi, a future Dwight Schrute. And other great athletes like Ezra and Raquina. Damn it, here was my opportunity to mention Christina Timchevska, who will do great things for sure. Definitely hoping to hitch my wagon to her.
I'm going to be looking for an invitation to that Nobel Prize for sure.
No doubt, no doubt.
But back to the boys, for I would be remiss if I forgot about Salzy and Elias. A great group of guys, the halls they did wonder. Forgive them, I'm sure they just had plenty to ponder. And then there's Ehlers, a guy who can do anything. He can dance, he can act, and he can definitely sing. An officer-class runner who can fly on the ice. A stand-up dude who's just really nice.
And so many others whose careers were top-notch. Peyton and Vilan are two that I'd watch. There were entertainers like Santi and Sam and Nizzy, even if their studies didn't exactly keep them busy. KP could get you out of any technical mess, though I really wish he would have given the volume a test. You had Claire and Lara, two lovely ladies, and Diego, who rolls around in a Mercedes.
And Ivana will go on to great things, it's true, regardless of whether you spell it with 1 N or 2. And the list could go on, but I'm just out of time. My brain isn't working and I'm all out of rhyme. And so, grads, it's time for us to say goodbye. Keep it together, Bowden. Don't let them see you cry. To the class of 2018, it's been a heck of a ride. Now go off into the world and show off some dog's pride.
Peace out.
Salut.
Well, this is it. It's BNN's last broadcast of this semester. And I gotta say, I've had fun. Haven't you?
Yeah.
For the time that you're here, at least. Anyway, I'm Matt Versteeg.
I'm Rachel.
And remember, tomorrow's the weekend, so don't come to school tomorrow.
I'm saucing, now you're talking, what's up talking, I don't play no, I said run it up.